Welcome
to
to
Barun
Barun
Maek
Maek
time.
time.
So from today, we enter the part two
Yes.
of our discussion of Barun Maek research based on the Chinese ancient science of yin yang five elements. So in part one, we talk about the theories, theoretical understanding foundations, and for part two, we have more implementation and we give examples. So first, let me introduce you the what is Barun Maek based on my understanding summary of her work over the past 15 years. So let's first watch the video.
What is Barun Maek? Introduction to Barun Maek. The Chinese ancients talked about body cultivation, family harmony, state governance, and world peace. Barun Maek starts from the human body, achieving the balance of yin-yang five elements by correcting the incorrect state of the human body, and extends to family and other social relationships, governance of the country, and bringing peace to the world. The theoretical foundation of Barun Maek is the Chinese ancient science of yin-yang five elements. Differences between Barun Maek and the Western medicine. The first and foremost application of Barun Maek is typically on one's health.
Barun Maek's approach to health is quite different from contemporary Western medicine.
Regarding the understanding of illnesses and diseases, the Western medicine divides and treats by part. Contemporary Western medicine, based on modern science, sees and treats the human body by part. For eye problems, you visit an ophthalmologist.
For heart problems, you see a cardiologist who specializes in treating heart diseases.
For kidney problems, you see a nephrologist. For skin problems, you see a dermatologist. For psychological problems, you see a psychiatrist, so on and so forth. Western medicine treatment is mainly to reduce and eliminate symptoms and relieve the pain of the human body at that time. Different from Western medicine, Barun Maek believes that diseases are caused by karma. Suffering from diseases is paying one's karmic debt. Maintaining high morals and ethics can help one generate less karma and therefore less karmic debts to pay off in the future in the form of diseases and suffering. Because human body and mind are one unity, they should be adjusted as one unity. For a diagnosis, Western medicine doctors depend on modern equipment such as X-rays and CT scans to see inside of the human body, and rely on chemistry lab work such as blood tests and urine tests to identify abnormalities. In Barun Maek, we mainly depend on checking pulse for diagnosis. Treatment-wise, Western medicine treats symptoms, for instance, using cough medicine to suppress coughs and using insulin injections to help maintain glucose levels. Medicine for helping the functionality of one organ may cause side effects and damage to another organ. For example, kidney problems are a common side effect of high blood pressure drugs. People start with taking medicine for one chronic illness, may end up adding more and more medicine to the pile. Some elderly may complain about spending too much time at doctor's visits and taking too many pills every day. Different from Western medicine, in Barun Maek, we use natural food to adjust the human body's imbalances. Lastly, we want to clear up some misconceptions about the medical application of the Chinese ancient science. Human beings go through birth, aging, illness, and death, which is the law of the universe. We have never heard that through the Western medicine's treatment of illnesses, eventually the patient lives on forever. Then why some people can accept the imperfections of Western medicine, but demand that medical applications of the Chinese ancient science must have extraordinary miracles? There is no panacea in this world. Miracles come from cultivation practices. We have witnessed many miracles in the process of Barun Maek, but the miracles are closely related to the person's own dedication. Western medicine does not talk about cultivation practice, but in medical applications of the Chinese ancient science, we emphasize cultivation practice, achieving spiritual and moral recovery and a deeper understanding of the laws of the universe through the adjustment of the body. This is the biggest difference between Western medicine and medical applications of the Chinese ancient science that Barun Maek is based on. Differences between Barun Maek and the Chinese traditional medicine in contemporary society. Barun Maek is also different from the traditional Chinese medicine that is currently practiced in China and other countries. Traditional Chinese medicine was left by ancient Taoist practitioners. While it has been passed down to the present, much of the essence is gone. The modern version of traditional Chinese medicine mostly retain only some prescriptions and experience summaries. The largest difference between Barun Maek and modern versions of the traditional Chinese medicine is that Barun Maek emphasizes self-cultivation to higher moral and ethical standards and encourages everyone to align themselves to high virtues. In Barun Maek practice, we believe health is not only a term for a physical well-being state, but also includes psychological, social, and spiritual optimal states. Health is the main window that one can look through to understand the manifestations of ancient physics, philosophy, and virtues. If someone obtains a healthy body through the understanding of the yin-yang five-element paradigm, this person can also apply the ancient understanding of yin-yang five elements to all aspects of human life, from farming and husbandry to cooking and food processing, from clothing design to building construction, from performing arts to applied arts, from relationship counseling to business management, from architecture design to city management, from family relationships to international affairs, etc. What mindset should we have for learning Barun Maek? The understanding of the paradigm of yin-yang five elements belongs to the Tao school. The Tao school cultivates truthfulness. Therefore, one should tell the truth, be truthful in behavior and conduct, and be a truthful person. Barun Maek research is evidence-based. It requires truthfulness in collection and analysis of data, and documentation of treatment process and its effects. We cultivate compassion at the same time. According to the yin-yang five elements paradigm, each person is born with 2 strong elements and 3 weak elements, and all 5 elements are necessary components of our world, and no element is definitely better than the others. As human beings, nobody is born perfectly with all 5 elements strong. So when dealing with others, we should have a compassionate mind, helping each other strengthen the lacking elements and bringing peace and harmony to the world.
Another aspect of compassion is to share what you learned about yin-yang five elements with another person who doesn't know this method yet, with a truly considerate mind.
Barun Maek practice also requires forbearance or endurance. All kinds of symptoms and discomfort in the body are karma elimination. The karma elimination process can be painful, and endurance is needed to go through the process to enlighten to the paradigm of yin-yang five elements. Barun Maek's diagnosis and self-healing methods. The main diagnostic method of Barun Maek is pulse diagnosis, through which the balance and imbalance of yin-yang and 5 elements can be checked. Barun Maek's self-healing method comes from the understanding of the 6 factors in health, including respiration adjustment, maintaining body temperature, correct regimen or food, meridian aligning exercises and activities, good environment, and aligning virtues and behaviors.
All right, so that was a summary of my understanding of what Barun Maek is based on your introduction to me.
I'm very happy to see this video clip, and thank you for clarifying Barun Maek's work.
Yeah, so what else do you think we should know about Barun Maek?
Yeah, I think people consider Barun Maek sometimes as miracle, and what kind of a result occur, they say, wow, this is miracle. But different level, different miracle occur. So if you really follow that disciplining very well, and then better miracle occur. But also, I don't want the people consider this too much mysterious or miracle-wise, because it is a cultivation way, the cultivation way, and then we will die finally. So in Western medicine, but difference between Western medicine and the Barun Maek, that is, of course, the common thing is anyway we die, but the difference. Barun Maek more considers the whole process as a cultivation. So client and I use the same language. So I do everything record, and then I show them, they quickly can understand everything. But we go to hospital and doctors note we saw, and then we cannot understand what's going on there. So different vocabulary. Yeah, so we are in the same page and cooperate, and we work together. And so we call it research program.
Right.
And then this is a why holy cultivation thing, because we just microscope, we hold microscope, watch our body. It's probably so many holes there. So in empty area, many things we couldn't see that, and we absorb from outside some energy. So Barun Maek teaches what kind of energy you need, and then we go that area, we can observe that energy, and then we can fully more tranquil, and then more perfect feeling.
Right.
But if you don't know what kind of energy you have to observe, so you don't know what kind of lack of energy you have, and you whatever you're doing probably wrong, not very successful. So this is a scientific, very scientific, and they're realistic. And so I don't feel uncomfortable. And then, so how much you can do, how much you remember what you learned, how much you can apply, in your life. That thing is a whole process of cultivation. So I want to emphasize that. And if you do very well, that truthfully and really sincerely, and you can take a really big miracle, or not, it's not hang on me. They actually hang on themselves.
Right. Yeah, I think also the idea who should be responsible for your own health. Are the doctors responsible for your health, or you should be responsible for the health yourself?
Yes.
So I think Barun Maek gave a really good approach to be responsible for yourself. By yourself.
Sure.
And also look at the hospital bills, it's really high. You have to take a medicine without understanding what even the name is so complicated. Sometimes it's really hard to pronounce. So very not the natural things, and they eat that. I mean, I feel like everyone can do better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only that, that memory, this is a science. So it's a Chinese classical science. So we learn an imprinting on our body, and through the body we learn and remember very easy and apply it to everywhere in our whole life, because our body is a whole open. So we absorb energy through everywhere. So we are surrounded by energies. So that is why we have to explain, why we have to educate the student, actual clients, and then they have to learn so they can criticize, because in the same page and learn, oh, this is wrong, it doesn't work, and it works. So it's open talking, not hidden talking. And I have more knowledge. I really have degrees, so I can forcefully teach you. It's not. So anybody can learn, anybody can discuss, and then let's experiment together. So this is a different way.
Yeah, believe it or not, after learning this, now my mom is here. And she doesn't have a PhD, right? But by looking at the Yin Yang 5 elements, I feel like, wow, I can actually learn from her again.
Sure.
Because she has the old memories of the traditional way of doing things.
Right.
And we discussed, and I asked her, okay, well, how did you do things in the old days? Then we kind of analyze, does the old way make sense or not? By looking at the Yin Yang 5 element, putting the principle, you can even look at re-evaluate the tradition.
Sure.
So maybe we can return to, or maybe create a path for even better than what we traditionally know.
Yes.
So which is really hopeful for the
solve a solution, and then you probably leading your mom to that way, and then your mom learned that, and then mom agree with that way.
Right. Yeah, and then we can have generations, talk again with each other, no separation and segregation, because each person can contribute from their environment, learn something, and can contribute to approaching a better life and more truth to make the life better.
As a culture.
As a culture. So I think, I hope more of you can join us on this journey.
Yes.
So
we are always welcome.
Yeah, and then let's keep on applying Yin Yang 5 elements
in your daily life.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye.